Hello everyone. I'm going to be talking about Mithraeum once again. I've been like a guest last time, and it's a pleasure to be present this time. So, what is Mithraeum? As it briefly describes here, we wanted to have something that would allow for a game coexist in a space of MMO and then in a blockchain, and also to aesthetically fit the grand strategy genre. We're going to be talking over the following topics, so if I'm missing something, feel free to ask questions regarding those topics. First, we're going to be starting from the things that are now in development. I would want to highlight that for everyone who is not familiar with the game, we've been in development for 4 years. There's been like a gazillion iterations on each feature. That there was like a lot of new things. So like to highlight that map that will last 7. Yeah, that's the 7th iteration of the map. It will feature now an infinite version of the game, allowing people to increase the space for them to fit into. This was a highly challengeable feature for the game design, as well as the front end, as well as like all the other departments of ours. More layers of gameplay is a feature where we decided that it is like better to have different like players aiming for different types of gameplay within the game, and we are finding more and more sources regarding that. Whoever of you is building games, feel free to approach me. I would gladly share my experience with like why it is a good idea, what we have encountered as an issues regarding this kind of thing. One thing that we've decided to go with is to have visuals moved from the traditional way of a spreadsheet towards the 3D scenes. It required some sort of a handling with the WebGL, which is like not as much of a pleasant experience because unfortunately most of developers in WebGL are aimed to work at the casinos, and like this is entirely different thing. So like Forex and grand strategy games can essentially be within the browser, allowing people to not download the client to which they would need to connect a MetaMask or whatever wallet they're using, which is a security issue for many. Through the WebGL scenes, we managed to secure the same amount of interface that previously were available through like many different UI interfaces within just a couple of scenes. Game is actually playable. We launched it yesterday on ZK Sync's environment, so feel free to take a look at the landing page of ours through which you can join into the game. The transactions on ZK Sync are not that expensive since the last update. We've noticed that it's 30 times more expensive than on Gnosis, but it's still like, yeah, nothing in comparison to the rest of the chains that we've previously have seen. Okay, yeah, might have double-clicked there. Okay, so regarding basically the game, what I wanted to suggest is that you guys could potentially help the player base that we already have at the livest instance of a ZK Sync. We're going to be not only highlighting, but also we are, I would be obliged to help you out in whatever way is possible, but hopefully also with the monetization of the products that you could build on top of Mithraeum, either via tokens or via whatever way you would suggest. Regarding what can be built on top, I would suggest an automatizations of game processes, as those seem to be the most popular amongst our player base. People do want to have micromanagement taken away and only a strategic decision making to be to be in place. So, meaning that there are essentially certain list of actions that were after a certain period of time you would prefer not to do every 2, 4, 6, or 12 hours yourself. You would want a bot or something like that to do those transactions by yourself. Yes. Okay, thank you. Yeah, there's the smart contracts link. Yeah, please take a look. Scan the QR if you need to. or approach me as well. I will be happy to share the link. UI kit. I'm a head of design for the company, so I'm proud to have this presented as well. I will secure you a copy if you need a separate Figma document. If need be, let me know. I'll be help with any kind of explanation of how things work. It's pretty complex in regarding the how elements are behaving sometimes. Yeah, what to build? The things that I basically talked about. There are things that you can do within the game. I'm going to be showing a video in a few seconds. As well highlighting those, but if you are to play the game, you will encounter that there are certain list of transactions that you are expected to do to have proper settlement of your own. Yeah, I guess that's actually it regarding the presentation. Yeah, feel free to ask questions. If no questions will be there, I'll just launch a video. It's on a separate. Yeah, so basically you create a settlement. You have multiple options to create it. One of the options is to get one. I believe it's false. The other option is to create new. Get settlement means that you can purchase within the game interface something from another player if he sets it for sale. Create new is option that we're going to be going over. And this would require you to create a banner. Okay, so there's going to go a version of one of the scenes of which I mentioned, through which you are customizing your banner. It does not require you to have a settlement. It's practically free. So on each instance where Mithraeum is present, you could create a banner for yourself to keep it as something that we and maybe others will potentially look forward to drop any kind of invitations to different experiences and games. So yeah, just a small hint there. Upon creating a banner, you will have to pick a place for your settlement. Basically, the map is one of the most important pieces of the 4X, of which I've mentioned as a aesthetically compelling part of Mithraeum. Despite that, I would also highlight that this is still an MMO. It just slowed down to an extent where 4X aesthetics fits it better, because we wanted people to have certain time to react towards the action, so it had to be slowed down for people to have time to sleep, have weekends and stuff, because our first iteration of players, because real money were involved, played 18 hours a day. This was unhealthy. Those who had bots obviously got the upper hand, but last time actually the bot owners were beaten by the meat bags, I would say, which is a surprise, and we wanted to develop a game design in that area, but we were ourselves not even sure what can you do. So this is kind of one of the structures that you will initially be able to interact with. This is a farm. It allows you to assign workers, and it will produce food. There are a list of structures. The end of the production chain would be weapons, with which you will be able to attack other players. Feel free to start the game. If anyone will be interested in a conversation or a guide, I would be here to help you out. Thank you.